Hello, Aries. How are you? Welcome to the channel and to your reading, Aries. We're going to connect with your energies for these days. I remind you that these are general readings, so I'm going to ask you to take what resonates. What does not, you let go. And also check your moon and rising sign because they let you see something more. It is going to be a busy week for Aries. It is going to be a really intense week because Mars enters your sign directly. So imagine that it is asking you for impulse, but also for calm so that you don't react in a crazy way. Yes, it is a moment to innovate and to move forward, but also to do things from a place of caution as well. It is going to be a week of a lot of action for Aries. So let's see what the angels want to tell you, what you need to know from the angels, Aries. Well, nothing more and nothing less than the Archangel Gabriel. I am the divine messenger, bringing clarity and guidance when you need it most. Well, actually, no. In the very moment that doubt takes hold of you, that uncertainty begins to overwhelm you, and within that confusion, you find yourself wanting to give in to that impulsive urge, that trait so characteristic of Aries. Stop and meditate. Meditate, think it through, and breathe. Because you, please forgive me for saying this, really need to find your mental clarity before you make any move at all. Take the time to clear your head first. The Archangel Gabriel has arrived at the most opportune moment because he says that he comes to illuminate your mind so that you do not get confused, to illuminate your mind, to bring you clarity about decisions that you have to take precisely but not in a crazy way. And also to your heart, helping you to communicate your truth, but a truth that has to be communicated in a compassionate way, not in an aggressive way. Though you feel confusion and fear when expressing yourself, remember that your voice is very powerful, and even more so at this moment and this week. Remember that your voice is so powerful that it deserves to be heard. When you need clarity in your words or decisions, invoke me, because together we will be able to find the most authentic path for you. It is a week for Aries that determines change in many things. Well, let's see, above all in conversations that were pending or conversations that are announced for this week to finalize things that are going to push you towards that change. Let's see what the angels tell us, Aries. I remind you that these are always general readings. It may be that sometimes it resonates and sometimes it does not. Beyond that, you may also want a personal consultation with me, and you can do so by booking through the website. You will always see the address here in the video, and you also have a pinned comment on your sign, which takes you to the page directly, and there you can choose the reading of your convenience. Let's see what the angels tell us now regarding this. Well, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the card of the Three of Pentacles. You know that decisions come hand in hand with issues and changes that arrive through what is your truth, a communication, but also what could be financial or work adjustments. Five of Pentacles card is a card that tells us that we do not have to continue perceiving at this moment that we are alone with everything. First of all, it is also a card that is moving us away from emotional problems or emotional conflicts generated by discouragement, by sadness, by what could be felt on your part as an injustice. No, I do not deserve to be living this, and I feel outside of this bond. I feel outside of that romantic reality that I want. Well, the Five of Pentacles is a card that says you have to wait and understand that in these days when you need it most. That is also why the Archangel Gabriel is accompanying you. You will not be facing that crisis or this problem alone. Help is near. It may be that it is help that you share with other people, or that you also understand that this situation that the Three of Pentacles generates is help, or that you seek it alone, understanding that even in difficulty and in crisis, a blessing can be perceived, and there comes a solution. It tells me that negative thinking brings pain, brings more confusion, brings more adversity, and brings situations we aren't necessarily needing at this moment. No, quite the contrary. It brings everything we do not want to be experiencing at this time in our lives. So try to also accommodate or give an order to your thoughts in a more luminous way. That is why the Archangel Gabriel is here, who comes to bring light and wisdom to your mind. And we also have the Seven of Swords. You may be taking the determination of a change of direction in front of what is a certain tactic or a certain plan that you had been developing that you believed at the beginning was going to give you results, and it was not so. Because not only did you have some obstacles at the beginning, but there were people or situations that caused more confusion, more obstacles, and more tangles. You may be on the verge of resolving something or reaching that goal, or perhaps sensing that achievement as a true victory. However, you still need to adjust a specific situation that is currently slipping through your fingers. Yes, be that as it may, today life tells you that you have the option of choosing a different direction or changing your strategy, a more intelligent or more realistic, more true strategy. Above all, this is not a moment for you to work in solitude or to want to be alone for any specific task related to your job or even your life, because the Three of Pentacles has appeared. This card signals the importance of collaboration and working together with others to achieve your current goals right now. So I feel that it may also be that you are wanting to solve something now. Now, no, I have to do this because this solution is going to make me able to become economically independent from this. Yes, that I can move away because obviously I'm going to change direction. I can move away from ill-intentioned people who want to take profit or advantages from me, from my work, from my knowledge or whatever. I am already tired. I want to get out of this situation and I want to do my own thing. And that is what it is telling you. Breathe, calm, 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 because perhaps it is not the best moment. It does not mean that it will not happen later, but perhaps it is a moment where today, Aries, you are asked to share yourself that you be good, cautious, neat, responsible, and true and authentic, and you can show those talents. No. And you can show that knowledge, but with other people, because from there you will come out benefited. From there you will come out very benefited. The Three of Pentacles is a work that is shared, that is understood, also very fruitful, lucrative. If you are open to doing it with the context that surrounds you, no. It can be from what is also a topic, where that conversation and that mental clarity that you are needing, and emotional comes accompanied by a moment of agreement with a person that matters to you, where certain issues are being consolidated. No, certain points in common that were not seen, or differences. So you say, this doesn't work anymore. I want to end this relationship. I am already tired. Well, calm, because the situation could be changing. Who is interested? Whoever is not interested, let them do what they want. Beyond that, the potential development of any situation you are going through at this moment, for you, it is very convenient to understand that you have to open yourself to others, share, receive help, because that can also be understood as help. It is in dedicating yourself, yes, to what Aries likes most, to the extent that you can in that phase of great personal or also professional development in creative initiatives with other people. And you also have the desire to work with that good disposition that characterizes you because yes, in the long run or in the short run, you will be becoming independent of that and you will be taking into account adjusting your life according to what could be that which you want to achieve now, but which has a process. Queen of Swords is a card that helps you a lot to think and speak appropriately, especially if there is any misunderstanding or communication situation to fix, especially because it will give you advantages, no? Since it is a moment where you do mark it preferentially as a stage of your life dedicated to the profession, to work, to the trade, and that is where things will be resolved. I feel that you are quite dedicated to standing in a place or in a position that is very interesting and very favorable for your personal and economic progress. But it may be that some of you are also wanting to attend to emotional situations. Because you are so deeply committed to your personal situation and focused on your professional responsibilities, it might cause you to come across as rather cold and distant to those around you. It is important to realize how others perceive this intense dedication during this specific phase of your life. You are also marking what are limits, because here there is a Queen of Swords again. Limits, truth, justice regarding a situation that harms you. It may be that you are putting an end to a situation that has harmed you until today. That was not very convenient. That is there in the Seven of Swords, no? It's not that you have to change direction, but rather that beyond the fact that you want to move away from situations that are not convenient or from people, you are setting certain limits because perhaps you cannot move away because you work with that person, you live with that person, or that person is there in your life for something, but you are executing intelligently and conveniently with that clear thought that is aligned with your emotional balance, the limit and the adjustment that makes it possible for you to become independent from the annoying situation. Also, a person may be helping you to execute issues in a totally strict way, because what the Queen of Swords says is something very objective and very true. They do not get carried away by the emotions of the moment. So, that person who perhaps is not shrewd may also be helping conveniently to make decisions and acquire a position of privilege convenient for you at this moment. Because be that as it may, you become independent in a very short time from all this. Even if you want to open a path for yourself or something personal and work, or you also want to fix an emotional situation where you want to start gaining points with this relationship, it goes without saying. There you have a Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is the beginning of something very interesting at a creative level and at an expansive level, something that you will not hesitate to take into account to do, and it comes to help you a lot also so that you can participate in a creative project. This can trigger or lead to the Three of Pentacles. However, you in that environment, in that place, and in that work, demonstrate an extremely creative, expansive, and very aligned attitude with that situation. But it can also be something that arises as a moment that takes you by surprise, and they come to present this situation to you, and you take it as a very convenient opportunity because it is also going to increase earnings. No, but it is a page. It is a beginning very loaded with passion and adrenaline that leads you also to get enthusiastic about someone, because ultimately there is also the possibility of having a very sincere dialogue with someone and fixing things, or letting yourself be known by someone, or that someone, well, approaches. And in some way, also you remain conveniently aligned with this person and can move forward with all this. Page of Wands is a very creative card. It is a work card, and it is also a card of projection into the future. Because if you take charge, you take responsibility from the get-go, because you are fascinated by what they show you. Because you like the task, you will surely have a resounding success. Have the World card, right? The same applies if we are talking about a relationship. The World is a card that tells Aries that a situation is concluding with a lot of success. You see, I told you, in the long run or the short run, you achieve what you want. So the World card closes out a situation. It resolves a difficult situation, and it finds the final solution to that very challenging problem that you've been dealing with lately. It can be understood then that you are in the place and in the way you have always wanted. Your life is generating many rewards for you. Work is bringing Aries many rewards, but so are your relationships, especially the one you are looking to solidify at this moment. Furthermore, the World card is speaking to us about even greater success to come. It may also be that you are finding in that Three of Pentacles the opportune moment after this moment of so much energy of clash passes, which is, it is not that you want to go to a clash, but that it is something that is happening specifically to Aries at this moment. You find the situation opportune to consolidate into your world the abundance and prosperity that makes sense of that reality, the optimal relationship that you want, or finding someone in this context that truly makes sense of your reality that is worth it for you. The World contains a lot of situations that make it so you can enjoy yourself with fullness, not only with everything you have, but with what is to come. The World and the Three of Pentacles may signify the consolidation of a job, a prestigious award, a professional certification, or perhaps a significant sum of money coming your way. It could also represent a deeply meaningful personal reward that feels absolutely magnificent. Needless to say, this is a powerful time because it marks the precise moment where you finally achieve something much greater than before. These cards indicate that you are reaching a peak where your hard work truly pays off in ways that resonate. So, well, imagine what is coming. Is this moment worth it? Yes. Is it worth thinking 2 or 3 times before acting and not from reaction? Yes, because this tells us that yes or yes, situations are integrated into your life that make you feel a lot of abundance and a lot of fullness. So moving right along, you gather all the necessary facts, you really connect with the people around you, and you engage in that meaningful conversation, which in a very short amount of time is going to be something that is truly deeply and absolutely worth celebrating with all of your heart and soul. The number 66 is telling me that your guardian angel is bringing into your life what is balance and unconditional love, and encourages you to have faith, because it says that the universe is providing you with everything you need to manifest your desire. As I told you with the Five of Pentacles, you have to be positive. That is why you have to decree it. Aries, I am positive. Let us trust and decree that all this abundance and this love are coming towards you.